This new special banner just dropped and the first reaction is, wait, this is actually kind of generous. And honestly, it is. This is not a normal rerun banner. It puts 4 featured 6-star operators in one special pool, and the reason people are paying attention is simple. At 120 attempts, you get a Shimmering Moment designation permit, and that lets you choose one of those 4 operators. That is the part that makes this banner look really good. But there is also a catch, and this is the part I would not skip over just because the Selector sounds nice. This banner has its own independent pity. The attempts do not carry over to future banners, and when the banner ends, your progress resets. The official details also mention Shimmering Moment permits from sign-in and exchange rewards. So, check how many actual attempts you need from your own stash before deciding. But even with that, this is not the kind of banner where I would randomly throw 30 or 40 attempts just to see what happens. That is where this banner can punish casual pulling. The official rules say a 6-star is guaranteed within 80 attempts. At 30 attempts, you also get 10 bonus urgent recruitment attempts. Those bonus attempts use the same base rates, and they still guarantee a 5-star or better, but they do not count toward the 6-star guarantee, and they do not count toward any of the milestone rewards that unlock later on this banner. At 60 attempts, you get 10 basic headhunting permits. Then, at 120, you get the real prize, the Selector. So, the clean way to think about this is pretty simple. If you can reach 120 attempts, this banner becomes way more interesting. If you cannot reach 120, you need to be a lot more careful, because before that Selector, you are not just freely picking the operator you want. The banner has 4 featured 6 stars, and a lot of the player discussion right now is basically people trying to figure out how risky it is if they only want one specific character. That is why some players are excited and some players are side-eyeing it at the same time. If you missed multiple operators, especially if you joined late, this can be a really good catch-up banner. That is probably why the reaction improved once players saw the detailed rules. People saw the 120 Selector and went, okay, wait, this is not just a random rerun pile? For newer players, that matters a lot. If your account is missing 2 or more of the featured operators. For example, this banner has a real argument. You are not just waiting for a future rerun with no clear plan. You have a path to choose someone if you commit enough attempts. And the support-focused side of this banner is one of the biggest talking points, especially for players who value debuffing or long-term utility over another pure damage slot. Pure damage units often face more direct competition over time. So, if your account needs that kind of utility, I completely understand why this banner looks tempting. But here is where I would slow down. If you already own 2 or 3 of the featured operators, the value for new acquisitions drops fast. Every operator you already have makes the pool less exciting. And the 240 attempt reward is not a second free new character. It is a token for an operator you already own. That is a very different thing. So, if someone is thinking, I can just go to 240 and pick 2 new 6 stars. No, that is not how the official rules describe it. The real decision point is 120. So the question is not, is this banner generous? The question is, are you the kind of account this banner is generous for? That is why I would separate players into 3 groups. Group 1, you are newer. You are eligible for the banner. You missed multiple featured operators and you can reach 120 attempts. For you, this banner is actually pretty strong. You have the most to gain, and the Selector gives you a safety net at the end. Group 2, you only want one exact operator. and you do not have enough attempts to reach 120. This is where I would be careful. It might still work out, but the whole point of this banner is the Selector. If you stop before the safety net, you are taking on way more risk. Group 3. You already own most of these characters, or you are saving for upcoming operators. For you, this banner is probably more of a wait and think situation. It may look generous, but generous does not automatically mean good for your account. And that is really the whole point. This event banner is not bad. It might actually be one of the better looking special banner ideas for catch-up accounts. The problem is that it rewards commitment, not random impulse pulling. If you are going in, go in with a plan. Make sure you can reach 120. Decide which operator you would pick. Check whether the units you already own make the banner worse for you. And please do not treat the 30 pull bonus like it means your whole pity plan got cheaper, because those bonus attempts do not count toward the banner milestones. My take is this: if you can reach the Selector and you are missing multiple units, this banner is worth serious consideration. If you are low on recruiting currency and only chasing one favorite, I would wait for the in-game rate table, check your savings after the free and exchange permits, and maybe let other players test the waters first. Because this is the kind of banner that can feel amazing when you plan around it, and feel really painful when you start pulling just because the word Selector made the banner look safer than your savings actually are.